Hi, welcome to another Dan's Rest Stop. In today's Funny Memories video, we're going to talk about my experiences as a clown. You're going to need some popcorn for this one. Oh, I see you don't have any with you. No problem, I brought some popcorn for you. Gotcha. Yes, my experiences as a clown was primarily in the 1980s. I started off with an extension course at a university, went there on some weekends, learned about the history of clowning, learned about the makeup, the different types of clowns, then joined a local clown club where we did parades and stage shows and things like that. And then I moved on and started doing some clowning where I was doing like birthday parties and my own stage shows, kind of making a little income off of it. I had created different clown characters. I had my initial clown was Dr. Dan. Then I moved on and I created Ollie the Clown. And that one I used to do birthday parties and things like that. I actually did a hobo clown too, but that was just a one-time thing for a Halloween party that I had attended. Some of the things that happened to me are worth sharing. I remember one instance where it was a guy I worked with, and he needed a clown for his daughter's birthday. It was on a weekend, and I asked him, I said, well, have you had a clown before? And he said, well, yeah, we had a clown last year. And I said, well, who was it? And he said, well, it was Choo Choo the Clown. And I said, well, what kind of tricks did Choo Choo do? And he said, I don't know what kind of tricks he did. These are kids. They're not going to remember any tricks that were done. Just do whatever you do. So I arrive at the party, and very first trick I did, a few of the kids said, Choo Choo did that one last year. So there I was in a situation that sometimes a clown finds himself in. How do you work yourself out of this? As I recall, I might have said something like, well, not everyone got to see the trick probably last year. And for those of you who did, don't tell anyone else how it was done. It went on to be a very successful show. Now, you never can tell what you're going to run into. I'd already told you about the incident where the kid said Choo Choo the Clown did that one last year. Now, I had this policy about, when I did my shows, I tried to do it for kids in the 4 to 7 age range, because 3 and younger were usually afraid of clowns. And in this case, I had a call about doing a party for a girls' soccer team. Now, they were older than 7. They may have been 9 or 10 from what I remember. Anyway, I was a little hesitant to do it, but I said, okay. But, usually the people that are hiring you say, oh, it'll be okay, it'll be okay. So anyway, I get there, arrive at the place, and I'm being escorted to where I'm going to do the show. And the guy that was escorting me said, did you ever get the feeling you were walking into a lion's den? Now, that right there, I thought, oh boy. And then on top of that, I was carrying my guitar, a guitar case, and one of the little girls came out to me and she said, well, are we going to sing any songs? And I said, well, yeah, normally I do like a little sing-along. And she went and told her friends, when the clown sings, don't sing with him. Anyway, I had to work myself through that situation. It actually ended up being a very good show. There were other things that happened, like, my dad, how your parents always carry around photos of their kids and they're proud of their kids and that. Well, one time my dad went shopping in Chicago and he saw some clowns there, and he was talking to them and he said, my son is a clown. And they said, well, do you have a picture of him? And my dad told me, he said, why would I be carrying a photo of you as a clown in my wallet? So anyway, I thought that was kind of funny. And lastly, I remember my wife telling me, if you pass away before me, do you want to be buried in your clown outfit? Now, I had never given that any thought, but I thought it was kind of interesting. And actually, I did eventually write a screenplay about the funeral of a clown. Anyway, those are some of the stories I wanted to share with you. Hope you enjoyed them. Until next time, goodbye.